Hello and welcome to Case Closed. I'm Charlie Langton, your host. We'll soon go inside an actual courtroom in the Warren District Court to see a real small claims case in action. Under Michigan law, small claims cases may be brought by individuals seeking $3,000 in damages or less. Neither side may be represented by an attorney in small claims court, and the judge's decision is final. Now, let's take a look at the case of landlord-tenant dysfunction.
37th District Court is in session. Judge Schmer presiding. Please remove your hats and shut off your cell phones.
Mr. Doherty, you brought the case. I know there's a counterclaim, I think, Mr. Carroll, that you brought, correct?
Yeah, I just...
We'll get to yours. Let's start with Mr. Doherty's first.
Yes,
Go
Your
ahead,
Honor.
sir.
Yes, sir. Last year of 06, 05, he moved in with me. He was a tenant.
Mr. Carroll moved in with you?
Yeah, he was a tenant.
Okay.
We moved from Roseville to Warren.
Now, wait a minute. Who is we?
Me, my wife, and Randy moved in there, too.
So he's living with you then?
Right.
This isn't a case where you were renting a separate property to him?
No.
So you were, all right. You were living in Roseville, you said?
We was living in Roseville. That's where it started.
You and your wife?
And Randy.
And Randy. Now, wait a minute. Do you know him from somewhere or?
Well, he was paying rent at the house. He was renting a room from us.
But is he a buddy of yours or what?
No, not before that, no.
Not now. But okay,
No,
so
before that, no.
Where'd you run into him? Just off the street?
I bought a house in Warren on Maxwell, and a buddy of mine, he was living over there with them, and I needed work done. He was, I guess, staying over there. He was homeless at that time, and he came over, did some work. I said, well, I got a room and I'll rent you because you don't get that much money, and that's how it started.
Okay. Go ahead.
So anyway, in 06, we moved into Warren.
The three of you?
The three of us. He continued to rent. In April, May, he didn't pay nothing, no rent in May. He just moved out.
Now, this house in Warren,
Yes.
Did you buy this house yourself?
Yes, I own the house.
Just you? Or you and your wife?
Me and my wife owns it.
And he's, all right, he's renting from you. Go ahead.
Right.
And this was 06. When in 06?
Right. This was April of 06.
Right.
In May, he just moved out. No notice, no nothing. Left all of his stuff there.
You just left.
Just left.
Didn't even say goodbye.
Didn't even say nothing. I didn't know where he was at for about 2 months, and then I get this in the mail that he got a ticket on my car.
Give me that. Let me see that. What did he leave in your house when he left?
He left all of his stuff.
Which was what?
Clothes, and I mean everything.
Well, what do you mean everything besides clothes? Like a TV, DVD player? What else? I mean, that's...
The TV was getting from me. This is pretty much all of his stuff here.
Let's take a look. This is his room?
Yep. That's where he left it.
Actually, it's just...
Well, just a minute. We'll get to it. But the furniture, that was yours, right? That wasn't his.
No, that was his bed.
That was his bed.
Yep.
There's like a chest, it looks like here,
Let me see.
right here.
Yeah, that was his dresser.
A dresser.
Yep.
Lamp, was that his?
No,
Lamp is yours?
Yes.
What about the, looks like a clock radio. Whose was that?
that was his.
There's a nightstand. Whose is that?
That was his.
Bedding was all his, right?
Yes.
There's some medicine, I guess, or something,
That was his too.
of course.
I'm disabled.
Let's see. Now, you get something in the mail.
Right. That he got a ticket. He was buying a car from me.
22603 Oakland. That's where you lived in Warren?
That's where I live.
You still live there?
Yes, sir.
Okay. $35 ticket. This is for prohibited parking.
Right.
Somebody, he parked on garbage collection day.
Right. In Madison Heights.
Madison Heights, right.
Right. And I didn't know about it, so the ticket went into default.
Okay.
Then I get a notice it's in the default, and I had to go pay it
Why did you have to pay it?
because they told me I had to pay the ticket. It was in default, and it was a ticket. So,
It's your name.
right, I didn't get a chance to go to court because I didn't know nothing about the
You
ticket.
paid $50 then?
I had to pay $50 for the ticket.
All right.
That's how I found out where he was at with the car.
Which would have been Madison Heights. Well, yeah, Madison Heights.
Right.
So this was a
He
couple
got-
months later, right?
That was like a month and a half later. He was on Masson Heights on June 11th
Okay,
and got the ticket.
so what did you do?
I went down, I paid the ticket, I got the Masson Heights Police Department and got my car back.
So he had your car.
Yeah, he took off with my car in April.
Did you give him permission to take your car?
He was buying it.
But he didn't buy it yet.
No, he was paying for it.
He was making, how much did he pay so far before he took it?
Couple $100,
How much was he gonna pay altogether?
500.
So he was halfway through almost.
Yeah.
What kind of car?
88 Chrysler LeBaron,
How many miles?
82,000.
But he had no permission to take the car.
Now, if he wasn't paying for it, no.
Well,
And he didn't pay for it, he just took off with the car.
did you file a police report?
I went to the police department and they said, you gotta give him time because he was buying the car, so we don't know if he disappeared or what. And then I reported him missing because I thought something happened to him because his medicine was there and he didn't call, let me know where he was at.
Didn't
And-
call, didn't write, didn't do anything?
Didn't do anything. Prior to that, he wanted a telephone, so I put another line on my phone and give him a telephone to use because he wanted it. He was gonna pay that half of the bill. He skipped on that too. And I told him it was $200 to disconnect that line, or I gotta continue to pay the bill.
You didn't have a lease signed, did you?
No, sir, did not have a lease
How
signed.
much was he supposed to pay in rent?
Was $350 a month.
You're suing for, I think, $1,550, right?
Right.
How'd you come up with $1,550?
May, June, the rest on the ticket.
He was gone then.
Right, but his stuff was still there.
Ah,
He left all of his stuff there, and I didn't put all that, I didn't get rid of that stuff until August.
how'd you get rid of it?
I put it all out.
In the trash?
Yes, sir. I mean, he left it all.
Garbage man came and took it all away, right?
Yes, sir.
Where's the car?
The car I still have.
You took that back from him.
Yeah, I had to go get a tow truck in the police department to go get it back because he was fighting me on it over there.
Okay, what else? Is there anything else
That's
you
it
wanna
with the
tell me?
telephone bill.
Well, okay, he owes part of the telephone bill. What else do you want to tell me?
That's basically it.
First, when you go into court, make sure you know exactly what you want and make sure your math adds up. I'm not sure it does right here. Also, no written lease here. Let's see if that becomes a problem. And finally, I'm not so sure if Bob can just throw this guy's stuff in the trash. Let's see what he says. There's always two sides to the story.
Well, Mr. Carroll,
Yes, sir.
your turn.
In actuality, that car, I bought that car myself.
You bought it yourself.
Yeah, I paid for it myself.
The whole $500 from him?
No. In actuality, I paid $150 for it. It needed engine work. So I had the engine, I had all the stuff fixed.
Did he ever sign the title over to you?
Okay, this is what happened. I got it all fixed. I put all this money into it to make it run, make it a drivable car. Bob had a plate. It was still in his name. It was still good. He said, just put the title in my name. We'll transfer the plate onto it.
Well, he's got to
That-
sign the title.
Right. He's got, right, exactly. Well, I should have realized that this was gonna come down to this. And, so I didn't have to come up with the insurance, plates, and all that crap. I had enough to transfer the plate and,
Why did you take the car?
Okay, so the car was actually mine. All the money that I put in
Title
it to
to it,
make it
though.
run and everything.
You didn't
it
have,
was-
the
just
title
happened to
wasn't in
be
your
his
name, was it?
Huh?
The title wasn't in your name when you took the car, was
Oh,
it?
it was in his name.
But you
no.
thought it belonged to you.
No, it does belong there. It's actually my car. Bob, before that, bought a brand-new van, just about, and he wanted me to take over the payments on a '96 van,
Another car, different.
another vehicle, which I was making payments probably for a year on a '96. That was the only car I was paying on. And then on top of it, when I came here on the day for mediation, he wanted $500. That's what we wanted to agree with. Give me $500. we'll call it quits. And I said, I don't owe you nothing, Bob. So, so when we walked out here, he said that he wasn't giving me my stuff back until I give him the $500. So
Well,
I have nothing. I mean, I had toolboxes.
real valuable stuff you had
I
there,
had
right?
2 hand toolboxes full of tools, plus a small box full of specialty tools, mechanic tools.
What do you do for a living? Are you a mechanic?
No, I got hurt on a job back in the year 2000, so I can't work anymore.
So you don't
I have
work?
a bad back.
Ah, you don't work?
No, I can do light stuff, but that's
But
about
you
it.
paid rent to him for a while, didn't you?
Yeah, because
Where'd you get the money to do that?
I get Social Security disability.
No, you up and left, right?
Actually, what it was I was hanging out at my girlfriend's house. This address here is actually my girlfriend's house in Madison
Are you
Heights.
still there now?
No, I have my own apartment now.
You don't hang out with your girlfriend anymore?
Well, yeah, I still see my girlfriend. That's the reason I got this notice.
But you left your former friend's house.
Well, see, he knows when
How
I
did
get
you
my
just leave? Did you just leave or what?
See, what happened was I was spending a lot of time away from Bob.
Yeah, well, that's
I
what
was
he's mad
spending a lot
about.
of time with my girlfriend.
Well, he's mad at that. I mean, he
Well, no,
feels hurt.
in actuality, when he showed up was a day after when I was supposed to get my disability check. He showed up in front of my girlfriend's house when he found out about this parking, which I didn't realize I even got a parking ticket. I don't know if the parking ticket blew off.
What?
I don't know if the parking ticket blew off my car or what, but
That
I didn't even
happens.
realize it had a parking ticket.
That does happen.
Yeah, so, I mean, basically, I paid a lot of money towards a van that he still has. He has a vehicle that I had bought and had repaired to make it drivable, that I had, at the time, I should have put it in my name before I even thought about moving away.
Did you have an agreement with him to pay rent?
Yes.
How much?
It all added up, because I was
What do you mean
paying.
added up? Did you have an agreement to pay a monthly amount to him for rent?
Yeah, there was a month-to-month.
How much?
To tell you the truth, I'm not sure how much it was exactly, because
Why don't
I was
you
paying
know?
$100 plus the phone bill and the rent,
You don't know what the
all
agreement
rolled up
was.
in one. So, yeah, it
Well, how much
probably
did
was
you pay
about,
him? How much about did you pay him per month?
it must have been, like you said, probably like $350, something like
$350.
that.
Did you have a
The
specific amount?
agreement was for $350 for rent.
That include utilities,
No, Your Honor,
Include utilities and all of that,
everything.
do everything, except for the phone and the vehicle.
well, actually, what I was stuck, I was in a little corner of his basement. That's where I lived. I lived in a little corner of his basement.
Well, you only paid $350. I mean, what did you expect?
I wasn't happy there.
Why did when did you leave?
So what happened was.
When did you leave? Just tell me
When
when.
he showed up there and took my car, I was supposed to pay the
When
rent that month.
did you leave?
It
When?
It was like July 16th or something, was
Something.
when I was supposed to come back to him and pay the rent.
When
When I was,
did you leave?
I never really left.
Here's a tip. If the judge asked a question, answer it!
I was staying over at my girlfriend's house.
That's not
And I was still
leaving.
paying him rent.
When is the last rent check you gave him? Or money? You have
Well,
a check.
when he showed up and took my car, and like 3 days later, I get a notice saying that I owe $1,500 at small claims court. He's taking me to small claims court.
Are you suing him
Yeah, I'm countersuing.
for what? For
For all my
throwing away your
property.
stuff?
All my property I have. I had clothes, toolboxes, a vehicle I paid for more than a year, $100 a month, plus the '88 Chrysler LeBaron, which he took, which was mine. It just ended up, I should have put it in my name before I even thought about moving. My clothes, my dresser, my bed, miscellaneous stuff,
And how much are you suing him for?
$3,000.
$3,000? All that stuff is worth $3,000?
My tools, I have a motorcycle over there too.
Where's the motorcycle now?
It's still over there.